Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Pokemon Firered playthrough. It's Recon Fox 64, and today the plan is to get through Pokemon Tower. So we battled Blue, and now we're on our way through it. So I'll probably be releasing this in a two-parter because this will take a minute. You'd think Poketower would be quick, but it isn't. But yeah. I hope you all have been enjoying the other videos and are looking forward to me dropping these out. I plan on getting this done, like I said in the last video, before Christmas break ends, and then if I don't, sorry, the dialogue, but if I don't, you guys can expect them to be done early next year, you know, before summer of next year at least. So, good thing we have some fly, so we can't use the tri-attack. Okay, so we're gonna go in here. We're gonna probably breeze through it because, in all honesty, the level we are kind of allows us to breeze through these levels. I'm always curious why, unlike in the remakes of these games, they didn't let you go through Poketower without the stethoscope, or the sloth scope. Is that how you should say it? Be gone, malevolent spirit. I'm shocked that they didn't let you go through it, but at the same time, like I said in the last video, I kind of like that too. I like the idea of having to go to places and to progress by revisiting areas and whatnot. Even in new games, I like that. I know a few people don't. Ooh, the spirit left. But I personally really do enjoy that. Kihi kwa. Oh, okay. Some of the dialogues, I'm noticing how weird they are, but yeah, because now we're kind of over leveled. I remember when I was a kid, I had a Charizard already, and so I was just breezing through this level. Ironically, as a kid, I didn't level all the Pokemon I had equally. I'm sure all of us did it where we focused primarily on one Pokemon, but I didn't start focusing on others until Black and White, ironically. Be cursed with me. Yeah. Okay. I would hope these guys who are channelers, oh, they're not Shrine Maidens, so they can't fight. A good point. Yeah, but as a kid, when I got to Black and White, I started leveling up them together, and ironically, it was only the two, like the starter and the first Pokemon I caught, and it wasn't until X and Y when I did the whole party. So, but anywho, yeah, like this area is just gonna be a breeze. We're gonna be sweeping through it because everyone here is over the level cap of any of these. So I hope this isn't too boring, but you know, this is kind of the price to pay when beat me not. This is kind of the price to pay when, you know, these guys are a level lower than the ones we're used to. And if you played this game, do remind me if you can go through this without the scope. Because I always thought you needed it to see the Pokemon, and that if you tried to attack them, it was just like, you tried to attack a ghost, and it didn't go through. So let me know if I'm wrong or right. So, but yeah, and ooh, yes! So we're getting our Dodrio. When I was a kid, my cousin, the V-Gamer X, if you guys watch him, if you don't watch him, please go check him out. I'll leave, if I remember, I will grab a link in the description of his channel. But he always used Doduo when we got to this area, and then got a Dodrio. And I was always, as a kid, I was like, why would you get Dodrio, you know? Pidgeot's way better. Now I kind of see the appeal because Dodrio's way better than Fearow. I still am a strong believer that Pidgeot's awesome. So yeah, we're just gonna throw some Pokeballs. We're way too over leveled. I will kill this thing if I attack it. And on our first try. So I don't know. I would love to. I know a lot of Poketubers, as they're called, have stats and stuff, but I want to know why it works when you're catching a low-level Pokemon, why having a higher-level Pokemon seems to always succeed in getting me the Pokemon. Like, I don't even have to I just throw a ball, and most of the time they get in there. So, and we got Runaway, so great. We have a Pokemon we can throw out if we ever get trapped, because unless it's an arena effect, we should be fine to get out of there, like Diglett's arena trap. But I'm just curious, you know, like, is there a certain stat that kind of determines why you're able to catch Pokemon with a higher level Pokemon in the front, or is it just random chance and luck? Yeah, so if you guys know the reason, please let me know. For now, we're gonna kind of run around. I want to see if we can get everything in here, because I used to find Cubones like no tomorrow. So I'm hoping we can find a Cubone or a Haunter. Sadly, while I'll get an Alakazam, I don't think we're gonna be using Ghost. No, come on. I don't think we'll be using Gengar at all, because I'm debating for Heart Gold or Soul Silver. I have to look what the exclusives are before playing the game, and I mean the exclusives before we get to the Kanto region. Because I want to know if Heracross is in both or in one or the other. And then I want to know if one or the other has Murkrow or Misdreavus, which I'm pretty sure, because I think they were like gen exclusives. So if that's the case, I'm probably going to go for Misdreavus. Because, or not Misdreavus, Murkrow, because in Heart Gold and Soul Silver you can evolve it into Honchkrow, and while Mismagius is cool, I just prefer Honchkrow. I think he looks way cooler. So that'll be our strat, and then I'm kind of, so I know we're going to be using Cyndaquil, Mareep, and Murkrow are going to be kind of the three things that I do plan on using. The other three slots are debatable. We didn't end up using Dratini in this. Partially because I, in my opinion, believe dragon types are just very overpowered. And you'll see me use a dragon type in Emerald, but that's because it's my favorite dragon type. It's the one that as a kid, everyone used to rag on me for, and then nowadays everyone loves it. So that's why we'll be using that. But I'm curious if I should use Dratini or not in there. I'm for sure gonna end up I don't think we're gonna use Tentacool in this, but for a water type, I'm for sure gonna be using Tentacool, because Tentacruel, if you don't know, is a pretty good tank. The poison water, give me your all. The poison and water thing makes him pretty much, I forget if grass is more effective than poison, but it kind of gives him a buff in certain areas, and then he's very defensive tanking. I've never personally used it. I've always thought Tentacool and Tentacruel weren't that good, but after watching many videos and kind of looking at the stats and getting what everyone is so hyped about this Pokemon is, I definitely want to use him, and it would work out because we need a water type. So we purify, and then, come child, I have purified this space. You can rest here. Cleansing tag. So yeah, we don't have to rush. That's the cool thing about this area. We don't have to rush to a Pokemon Center. We just come back to this area whenever we need our PP up, or we need to heal of a status effect or whatnot. But yeah, zombies. Okay, well I don't think ghost possessing people are zombies, but cool. But yeah, so I'm debating on using Dratini, and trying to, like, if I can find it, I don't know when it appears. If we can find Larvitar, I probably will end up using him, because Tyranitar, or as my mom calls it, T-Tar, is just, yes, he's a pseudo-legendary, and yes, he's to the same effect, he's broken like Dragon type, but in this case, well, no, I don't know. See, the dilemma is, if I use T-Tar, I'd have to get rid of Honchkrow, because I don't want dual typing. When I play a game, I make my party with the idea to cover any typing that I'm gonna cross. So example, my Cyndaquil, who becomes Typhlosion, may be a pure fire type, but his job is the grass bug, ice, yeah, I think that's what fire, and steel. Grass bug, ice, and steel types. he can pretty much destroy those, right? When we get into the next one. Or, well, I should use this one. So, I know we have Charmeleon, so example in this one, sorry. Charmeleon is a fire type, and yes, Charizard becomes fire and flying, but he's basically gonna be our grass, steel, bug, and ice deterrent Charmeleon. Because with Charmeleon, we'd be able to take, or with Charizard, we'd be able to take all those out easily. Then we have Dodrio, which is going to be kind of our fighting type deterrent, because while we have a psychic type, there are going to be certain instances where I'll use Alakazam, and certain instances where I'll use, there we go. Yes, there we go. Okay, I was looking for this guy. No! Oh my god, I am so thank you. What the heck is wrong with me? I got into the motion and I almost lost Cubone. No, that's okay. Okay. Whew. Okay, so we got Cubone. We could get our Marowak. I am annoyed with myself. We almost lost it. But there, so I thought Cubone would have been in Rock Tunnel, but I don't remember if that's in a later game that they added that. I think that's only in Let's Go Eevee. So if that's the case, we'll be playing that on my Switch when the time comes around. It's either going to be Let's Go Eevee or Pikachu, because Let's Go Eevee I've kind of maxed out and done, and pretty much have everything, but I don't care about starting. Anywho, so where's when I'm talking about typing effects. Dodrio is going to handle bug, flying, and that kind of stuff. Alakazam will handle ghost and psychic because he has Shadow Ball. Gyarados is going to handle any water, any fire, ground, rock type. I'm going to switch. Am I going to keep Graveler? If I keep Graveler, he'll watch out for any electric and steel and rock type. And then, who's our last one? It's been a minute. I know I just saw the screen, so I kind of feel awkward. Let's see, we have Charizard, Magneton, because we plan on getting a Magneton. So if we do get a Magneton, he's going to handle water type and, what other type is electric super effect? Flying type. Water and flying type, because at this moment we don't really have a flying type deterrent. But so these are kind of the examples of like using this game, of how I kind of set up my team. And then of course, whenever I set up a team, I also take into account favorite Pokemon unless I'm doing something like a Nuzlocke. Because a Nuzlocke, I can't very well pick my favorite Pokemon. I have to choose the first one that appears, right? So in this instance, when I'm just playing the game like this, where it's just fun and we're just going through the game at like what would, I guess you could consider a new level, like a new player who just started playing level, I just get the Pokemon I think look cool, I grab them. If they're a favorite of mine, I grab them. The only exception, the only exception being is when a new generation comes out. So you'll notice when I'm talking about Johto, my 3 top picks, or my 4 top picks, because I just thought of what I've been saying, are Cyndaquil, Murkrow, Heracross, and Mareep, right? All 4 of those guys are from the Johto region. The next 2 will, unless, is there a water type that I can use that is exclusively of the Johto region? If I find, do I want another electric type? That's the issue we had with T-Tar. If it works out to where I get Chinchou and Larvitar, we'll use them. Yeah, I don't like having dual typing, but one will be our flying deterrent. So we used it, and see this I like what they did in the remake in Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, because they kind of give more of a, like back then they couldn't do this, right? it probably would have took too much of the card to do it. But in the new game, they kind of show Cubone coming in after you defeat Marowak, and it kind of like has a little heart-to-heart with it because its mother like tried to protect it, and that's why it was killed by Team Rocket. And so its spirit can pass on. It's not because you destroyed it or defeated it, it's because it's Gosatsu's child again. The ghost was the restless spirit of Cubone's mother. The mother's spirit was calmed. It departed to the afterlife. See, that's why, well, what do you want? Why are you here? See, that's why, like, most villainous teams, I feel like, fall under compared to Team Rocket and Team Flare. Because Team Rocket, in this game as we've seen, have actually killed a Pokemon. Marowak. I mean, Maxie and Archie, team leaders of the next villainous teams we're going to fight, Magma and Aqua, didn't kill any Pokemon or do anything like that. Team Galactic didn't really like kill any Pokemon. Sure, they kidnapped people and held them hostage, but every villainous team does that, so like that's not a point in their favor. And yes, they wanted to destroy the world, but they like they failed immediately with Team Flare. They almost achieved it until you came along. Where in this, they achieved it, but it failed because the spirits got freed. And who's to say you weren't the only person along? Because there's Looker and Platinum who could have freed the spirits and then broken one of the time, the Dialga and Palkia out of the thing, or even like Giratina would have came and taken Cyrus. Spoilers, I know. I'm not going to forget this. Please forget the spoilers if you haven't played those games. I hate it. I hate, like, spoiling, but at the same... Primate, that's who we have. So if we keep Primate, he'll be our deterrent of, basically any type. Oh, we just... sorry, I got distracted. Well, hopefully you guys can read that. But Primate, oh yeah, and so going on to this, so I don't think Team Galactic's all that dangerous. Team Plasma is less of a villainous team when they're under N, because all they want to do is protect Pokemon and make sure people aren't abusing them, which is a worthwhile cause. Now when is his name Getsis? I think it's Getsis. When he takes over, it turns into the classic I just want to rule the world. Kind of like Team Rocket. Team Flare, we've talked about. Team Skull is not a villainous team. Like, if you love them and argue they're a villainous team, I respect that because they do some things, but really they're a bunch of this, you know, gangsters just trying to make a living, and they're working for the real big bads who they're not even that villainous because their plans were dumb. I don't want to spoil it, so let's just say what they wanted to do just would have never worked out for the fact that Pokemon are powerful. You're not saving anyone, kid. Well, I'm like, you're the last guy, so I'm pretty sure I am. Just took a drink, sorry. But like that team didn't even really was threat. Team Yell was just a bunch of overzealous fans, and they weren't villainous at all. And then the true villainous team wasn't even villainous because they wanted to, but because they made a miscalculation. Which, to me, when we get to that stuff, like, I don't count that as villainous because they had the best intentions in heart, and it screwed over, and immediately when they learned that it was going to do something they didn't like, they changed their tunes. A villain is someone who has the best intentions, and even when their plan fails, they still try to do it because this is the way they know how it'll work, and this is the only way. Those who kind of switch their tune once they realize they fail are anti-heroes to me. Like, example, like Punisher. Punisher in the comics killed a lot of people, and he still kills people, but there's instances where he lets people live because he realizes you don't have to kill everyone. There may be that one person who you didn't kill, and they just won't, you know, do anything bad anymore. And so, like, instances like that where, oh, my plan failed and the hero stopped me and I was in the wrong and I'm going to change my life around, those are anti-heroes to me. Those who just keep trying because they know best, those are villains. But anywho, Yeah, I got really off. You're not getting away with this. I feel like we will, because in the end we stop you. Huh? You came to save me? Thank you, but I came here of my own free will. I came to calm the spirit of Cubone's mother. I think Marok's spirit has finally left us. I must thank you for your kind concern. Follow me to my home, Pokemon House. I don't know the rest he said, but yes. Recon 64. Your Pokédex quest is one that requires strong devotion. Without deep love for your Pokemon, you'll fail. I'm not sure if this will help you, but I hope it does. It definitely will help us. Upon hearing the Flute, sleeping Pokemon will awake. Try using it on a sleeping Pokemon. I don't know, guys. Do you guys know any sleeping Pokemon that we might use this flute on? You know, some Pokemon that likes to eat and then go to sleep? Hint, hint. But, anywho, those of you who played the game are probably shaking your head at me, going like, yeah, we already know, dude. But you guys will see. Like, if you remember the episode we did on the SSN, we talked to this Ode dude who's like, I'm going around the world and trying to find Pokemon. As such, here's like a Pokemon I think is really cool. So okay, I didn't. Oh yeah, so they've already knocked him out. So I think. Okay, so that is good. That is good. I thought the Pokemon Tower, I said in the beginning, was gonna take longer. Yeah, that was shorter than expected. I might do it one. Oh no. Okay, I know why. I'm walking up on it. Want to use the Flute? Pokemon, I used it. I do like that tune. And then Snorlax woke up. It's attacked in a grumpy rage. So yes, for those of you who've never played this game, this is why you need the Flute. You have to wake up Snorlax, whose entire mission as a Pokemon is to eat and sleep. And we do not want to use Shadow Ball here, because Snorlax is a normal type and Ghost won't affect him. So sadly, we don't have a Ghost type high enough, because then if you have a Ghost type here, oh, he one-shot Kadabra. Go Primate kick his butt. We're gonna use Great Ball. Click. Why do you do that? So we're gonna try again. He almost got caught. While I throw a ball, I'm gonna take a drink. He just will not. Yeah, that's why I have Primate out, because Primate has Vital Spirit, and he won't be able to fall asleep. And I had Kadabra out because I thought Snorlax's special defense was lower than its defense. But maybe I'm wrong, and both his defense strats are just very high. Because I know he's a very defensive Pokemon. I don't want to use low kick on here. Yeah, I knew it. Why would I do that? I knew low kick was gonna kill him because he's heavy. I knew it. Okay. Sorry about that. I honestly thought that I was thinking of not using low kick, but then I was like, maybe, and oh, that is disappointing. Okay, well, at least Primate got some XP. It's not the end of the world. We have one more Snorlax we can go get, but first let's go down the bike path. So the reason this is going to be a two-parter is we're going to go down bike path, and then we're probably going to go down the other way to get to Felicia Village. Hi, remember me? I'm on the first stage. If Pokédex has 40 species, I'll give you something. And you trust me with the Amulet Cone. So let me ask, have we got at least 40 times Pokemon? Yes. So we've seen 55. We get the Amulet Coin. We can put that on a Pokemon, and we get extra money. So we're gonna go here. Get on our bike. What do you want? See, if only like we had bikes like them, we just have a normal riding bike. Anywho, man, I keep getting off track. But yeah, I'm disappointed myself for using low kick when I had a feeling it was gonna kill. But I was hopeful that he could take it, but he couldn't. Alright, so I'm gonna try Primate. I know Poison is not very effective by fighting. So hopefully he lands Mega Punches and Mega Kicks. And this will do. As I thought, I was testing the waters. I was like, it's not very effective, but, you know, it's still stab. Let's see what it does. No, it's the not very effectiveness, just lowers. Oh, you... Man, I need accuracy. Use me. Thank you for hitting, Primate. Good job. Oh, come on. Mega Punch is like 80 base power. Why isn't it killing? I mean, Primate's attack stat is pretty high. Okay, so like defeating him in 3 hits, I wish it would have been more like 2, because, yeah, Mega Kick maybe? Because I know Mega Kick has a very high attack. Gonna switch out our Kadabra for Gyarados, and switch everyone down. I might just do that. Why not? Because Gyarados is at 30, we can move up them to here, and then nice spike, hand it over. Alright, back on my tangent, but yeah, I'm just all over the place. But yeah, so, if we do have to... So earlier I was talking about how we're going to have Cyndaquil, Mareep, Murkrow, and Heracross. Excuse me, sorry, I had to yawn. And Heracross in our team, then... Because, so to go off of the tangent I was doing before, my rule is every new generation, I make a party when my first playthrough goes with a party of that generation's Pokemon. So example, when Sword and Shield came out, I used every Pokemon that was new. So I had a party that was completely new Pokemon with a few like originals, but then I switched them out when I got new Pokemon. I did that for Scarlet and Violet, I did that for Sun and Moon, and I did that for X and Y. So my goal is to do it again during these playthroughs with you guys, so if I have to do Chinchou, because... Come out and play, little mouse. Ooh, that's... I could use Poliwag, and instead of getting Poliwrath, I could get a Politoed. I don't quite know how powerful Politoed is. Then again, I can also get an Eevee from someone and grab us a Psychic type in Espeon. So far we have Fire, Electric, Bug and Fighting, Dark and Flying. Fire, Electric, Bug and Fighting, Dark and Flying. So Bug will take care of any Psychic types and Dark types. So will the Fighting type, and will be 4 times immune to any... 4 times resistant. I shouldn't say immune. Resistant to any Dark type. Murkrow will handle any Ghost types, Psychic types, Fighting types. Scary thing about Murkrow. Yeah, we're gonna need a Psychic type because Murkrow still is normal effective. And I don't remember how bulky Honchkrow is. Now, if Honchkrow is bulky, and I look it up and he looks pretty bulky, we will forego the Psychic types. But Wheezing is just, I feel like, very underrated and actually pretty strong as a Pokemon. What do you mean that is how much damage I do? This is stab. Okay, 40 to 80. 80 still should do a decent amount. Maybe Wheezing is more bulky than I'm thinking. I know I'm 3 levels under, so yes, that's gonna lower the attack effectiveness. True. But water is still normal effective against poison, and once again, stab. I would think even 3 levels lower, it would do more damage than that little sliver it did, but once again, I play Pokemon games for fun. I'm not really a professional with them. I would love to learn how to be a professional. Hey there, let's have ourselves a good time. But at the same time, as you know, I'm in college. I probably said this, but my goal is to get a master's in biology/zoology. I want to teach biology at a college level, and then when I'm teaching at a junior college, my goal is to get a PhD in biology, and with my doctorate, if I want to go to a university, start teaching at a university. So that's my goal. As a kid, I swore I would never be a teacher, that teaching was just not something I was interested in, that it was lame, etc., etc., stuff you say as a kid. And then when you get older, you go, oh wait, no. Like, teaching at a college level, pretty fun. You can be a little more jokey. There's not as much stuff you have to watch. There's certain things that you cannot say, even in college. And with the new things coming out, we have to really watch what we're saying. But I like the fact that I can more in college. Like in high school, talking about stuff like sex is kind of weird. And as a biologist, reproduction is a big part of biology. Every animal reproduces. It's one of the main values of evolution. You basically, the name of evolution. We're playing Pokemon, so it kind of fits. Bear with me. The name of the game of evolution is this. You have features that you get from your parents. And these features have been in your species for generations, and they have made your species the best in their area. So for humans, opposable thumbs, a bigger brain, bipedal movement, standing on 2 legs, and the ability to solve complex problems at an increasingly fast rate, where you might not do it as fast as before, but you do it at somewhat of a high speed. So with all these traits, you go survive, you find food, you find shelter. So like humans, you're with your parents until 18 or older. I don't judge personally. I think living at home is not a odd thing, considering the fact that when I was a kid, I lived with my grandparents as well. So to me, it's not weird that having a group family I personally, my dream is to have an area where every one of my family members can either live in the same house or live in different houses in the same property. But going off that, we live with our parents until we're old enough. We have a successful enough job where we can live our own and pay our bills, and then we go find a mate in biology, or a girlfriend, or a boyfriend, or if you are bisexual, either or. More power to you. And then after that, we reproduce if we can, or we adopt. And so that's kind of the name of biology, is you basically are born. You're born with specialized traits that help you survive in the world. You survive in the world. I'm feeling hungry and mean, and I need a punching bag. Dude, I'm a 10-year-old kid. Some of these lines I read now, and I'm like, this is a 10-year-old kid. And they're saying this to a 10-year-old kid. Like, if we lose this battle, are you just gonna beat me up and send me home and take my lunch money? Like, that's messed up. Anyways, but so like I said, so evolution, the knit and grit is, once you're born, you are born with traits from your parent that have been there since the very beginning of your species, and that have evolved kinda, as time went on, you got more traits, and you basically get the best traits. Use these traits to survive in the best you can, and then once you are old enough, you reproduce with your mate or your significant other, and then your kids go on, and then boom. And so the name of evolution is to reproduce viable offspring and pass down your traits. That's what every organism does to this day. And well, I'll see you guys in the next part. I didn't know we were getting this short, but I will see you in the next video. Bye.